Good evening and welcome to part 2 of tonight's From Day 1. As always, we grab from the mailbag first, so we can get that in the books. We're going to actually stay here for a moment before we get our first auditor of the evening. And I've got a little bit of an announcement to make that we didn't get done on part 1. I wish I could say that we're there, but what I can say is if we take a look at the update to the goals, you all lovely folks have been able to move the needle to 99.22%. And the final countdown is 49. That's it. 49 more views and you guys will have us inbox these eyeballs. That's all it takes, folks. Keep it up. I definitely appreciate all of you for doing so. So with that, tonight we'll have some fun. We'll, of course, have some auditors and frauditors like we normally do. We'll, of course, also have our Judge Judy hyper case of the evening. I'd actually get 2. Thinking we're also going to play the shortest Judge Judy case ever. And it is definitely a treat. But then I also found what Siri would really like to tell you. And if I remember before this particular episode concludes, we'll play that as well. So, tongue twister. So, our first item up for bids tonight is our idiot Copwatch Omaha, aka Floyd. Again, I swear that boy's got a death wish. Trying to lure cops out to do anything so he can try to get a view. Tonight, he's hiding behind a tree with his hands behind his back, acting like he's got a weapon again, as always, trying to bait officers. The audio for us comes from the good folks over at Frauditors Troll. If you need to, just look them up. They would definitely love it and tell them GC Hero War sent you. Let's begin as we fight through Dominion.
You look like you can. You look like you can help me. All these cops for me?
Of course, all those cops for you. You're at a fucking police station, standing behind a tree, making sure the cops can't see what you're doing, with your hands behind your back, as you always like to say, because you have, I guess, the world's biggest itch that absolutely never can be satisfied back there. Even though most people would have the itch they want to get satisfied somewhere else, but I guess, well, you've probably never seen anybody who would want to go anywhere. Okay, no, I'm not going to any further on that. Alright, back to the idiot.
Hi, and welcome back to the channel where we expose frauditors, Karens, and sovereign citizens.
I was wondering where you were, Frauditors Troll. You want to set this up a little more?
If you're new here, please like and subscribe.
Yes, liking and subscribing is also a good thing. Stop trolling me and get to the video.
Be watching Floyd as he's hiding behind a tree and trying to make a tense situation with the police. Luckily, they are way smarter than him and they don't fall for his dirty trick. Enjoy the video.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Those people must be Floyd. Here we go. Yes, Floyd, that's called a police station. You know, you get arrested enough, you would know what those are. Those are all cop cars. You're in a police parking lot. Oh, what a concept. Ian, you've probably ridden in a lot of those.
So you guys see the deal. He's basically filming the cop cars, waiting for the cops to go check on him. And when they finally came, he thought to himself, why don't I go hide behind the tree? Make things a little bit more interesting. Maybe they'll think I have a weapon or something. Anyways, check it out.
Dude, the cop tells you to stop.
Like you can.
You're not supposed to go and be an idiot.
All these cops for me?
Yes, you're an idiot. Oh, he's in Amarillo. I just noticed the cop car. Amarillo.
So you guys out here, man?
Gift cards to Krispy Kreme. Drop them with a taser.
Go back inside.
Unless you want to give that boy 50,000 volts, and then we'll be all more than happy for you to help him, officer. He, as the old saying goes, didn't just fall out of the stupid tree. He hit every single branch on the way down. And then decided to climb back up just so he could hit him again.
The problem with officers here is when you tell them to go away, they don't go away. I done told you to go back inside.
That's because they're cops. They don't listen to your command. You're not a, a sergeant, a lieutenant, a chief of police. Hell, you're not even a good citizen.
Multiple times.
And why should they listen to you exactly? You're a deranged lunatic that they're investigating.
Oh, no, that is a pretty good picture you posted. I know my folks are only getting audio, so they can't do it. But he posted a really deranged picture of Jack Nicholson going, I guess I'll be off my meds today so I can stir shit up. Very nice.
Don't mean a damn thing, bro. A lot of cops are one. Hey, you better holster your. You better. Okay. I'm just making sure. All this for
That cop didn't have his gun out. Stop trying to bait.
one guy with the camera. I've been out here just taking pictures. How am I making you guys know? I haven't even went back there. What are you talking about? What's your name, badge numbers, guys? Start identifying yourselves. Name and badge number. You, man. Name and badge number. What about you? What is your name? I don't have to give you my name. Because you're funded by tax-paying dollars. You're a public servant. What is your name? Do I have to walk up and get it? Because I can do that.
And even if you're going to get all these guys' badge number, what are you going to do with it? They were super nice to you, came up to you, said if you needed any help. And this is how you're acting.
Of course.
Oh, this dude, look at this dude. This is the scariest one right here. This guy, he's so far. Bro, ain't nobody, you want, I'm looking at my shirt. Ain't nothing under here, bro. You see this? Nothing. Just making sure making sure you guys feel more comfortable. Which name and badge number? What about you? What about you? What about you, officer? What about you? Corporal Payne? Oh, man. What about you? Well, you can help me.
Corporal Payne, I think that you said that name was. You can make all of us extremely happy, Corporal, if you give him some of your namesake. I got Krispy Kreme gift cards waiting for you if you do.
By going inside.
It looks like Floyd is actually becoming a little bit more reasonable, though, because he lifted his shirt to show he doesn't have a weapon, where usually he just puts his hand behind his back to pretend he has a gun. It seems like he learned his lesson last time.
Yeah, you're right. That is the first time in history he actually had half a brain cell. Yeah, there may be hope for my idiot from Omaha here.
And with Mr. Sparky.
Oh,
That's the best way to
yeah,
help.
that one. That was awesome.
I just told you to go inside, dude. Like, how you guys not? You guys, bro, I'm trying to be polite. Can you go inside so I can continue what I'm doing here and be on my way?
He's
Right
being
now,
an
you see these
idiot.
cameras? You see the body cam I got? Do you have a body cam? All right, man. You know, that's good footage right there. Just minding my own business, man.
You don't know how
Not
to
my
mind.
intention to make anybody's nervous. Not my intention.
You don't know how to mind your own business. If goddamn the Lord said, "Mind your own business, or I'll kill you," you die.
If you didn't want to make anybody nervous, then why are you hiding behind the tree, huffing and puffing like a maniac?
Brains?
I'm just chilling.
Now, granted, I would never get in this kind of situation, but man, that would have been the perfect time for me to go, hey, yeah, I'll take a bacon double cheeseburgers, fries, a Dr. Pepper, and if you're really being nice, throw in a shake. Or a Frosty if you gotta get it from Wendy's.
You too, man. Stay safe. So I have a question for you guys, though. How y'all feel about the qualified immunity being gone, guys? You guys ain't got qualified immunity no more in Colorado. What's going on with that? Can I get a tour, man? You can be professional, at least give a tour?
No.
You're a brother at a tour, man.
Oh, hell no.
Can y'all give me a tour?
No, so I think safety issues.
But I just want a tour, though, bro. That's all I want, bro.
You're not no 6-year-old kid. Shut the frick up, Floyd.
Because we can't get tours, I need to step back.
But if I gave you my name, can I get a tour? Why? See, I'm trying to be respectful, bro.
No, you're not.
Why y'all gotta be like that, man? Why they gotta be like that?
Oh my God, is Floyd actually crying? Fraud or troll, did you find me a deal where Floyd actually cries? Dude, you've outdid yourself.
What about you? What's your name, badge number, sir?
I'll tell you what, you do need a tour. Maybe the tour of a psychiatric hospital. You should request a tour there and stay there for a little while. It's gonna help you.
What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? Alright, that's all I needed, man. See, I just want a tour, man. I like your vehicles, you know? I just want a tour. That's all I wanted, bro. Why you gotta be like that, man? Can I come in here? Is this open to the public? No? Alright. Like a public entrance? Yep, public entrance. Alright, that's how y'all gonna do it, brother. See how kind? You see how polite I was?
You are not.
I wouldn't even give my name, bro. Like, literally.
No, you weren't. But we know your name. Moron.
I was willing to give them my name.
No, you weren't.
How do you feel about that qualified immunity? Go inside.
So there it is. He baited the cops, they didn't fall for it, and he got some content, but probably not what he wanted. Anyways, thanks for watching.
You got one more for me? Think you told me you had one more? I don't care if it's a short one or quick one. You said you had one more? Okay, it is a short one. Let's do it. Let me know when you got it queued. Alright, set this. Well. We ready? Alright, let's give the warning.
Okay. Here we go, guys. Look at this idiot, asshole, employee of Tidewater Energy. Yeah, let's go get yours now.
You already got one.
Shut
And
up,
I don't work for
dickhead.
and I don't work for
Get
Tidewater.
the fuck out of my face. Now, bitch. Yeah.
This guy sees right through you. He knows you're weak and you're full of shit.
Get the fuck out of my face,
Asshole.
pussy. Yeah. Now, you invade my private space one more time, and I will knock you the fuck out.
So just do it! We can do it.
Okay.
Hit me, bro.
Invade my privacy.
Hit me.
Invade.
Hit me.
Invade. I'm asking. Dude, get the fuck out of my face, dude.
Asshole.
Get the fuck out of my face, dude. I don't give a fuck about being on camera, dude.
Good.
You understand? We're on camera everywhere we fucking go, you
Sir?
dumb fuck.
You know what
You're gonna get yourself a fucking charge, sir. Yeah.
Pull him back.
Yeah?
Pull him back. I'll wait.
Alright.
Pull him back.
Look at this fucking idiot, guys. You're gonna be famous. Yeah. Tidewater Energy employee right here,
I'm not a
guys.
Tidewater Energy.
It doesn't matter.
You don't even know what that is.
You guys
Can't
are
even fucking
venom, you
read.
stupid fucker.
Oh my god, he actually knows something.
Wow, what a...
Okay, thank you for the quickie. We appreciate it. Quickies are good because we can fit them in and keep moving. We'll be back to you on another day. Thank you for the meantime. Alrighty, and let's go right into our Judge Judy hyper case of the evening, at least number one. Tonight, Judge Judy's going to make a nonsense woman totally speechless.
For $7,000 from Teresa Anderson's farm. One died. Now they're fighting over a new bird.
Oh, to breed them, to make money.
And according to your complaint, you bought 2 ostriches from the defendant's farm, and you paid $7,000 for the 2 ostriches, right?
Well, I can't say I bought it from her.
You bought it from...
I didn't buy it from her.
Who did you buy it from?
I bought it from...
Do you work for...
Yes, I'm representing the ranch.
You're representing the ranch. Who are you?
I'm Teresa Anderson.
This says that the client, that's you, shall provide insurance for the birds and make all premium payments from said insurance.
I did.
Who did you purchase the insurance from?
From him.
It's an agreement that we have, our guarantee that we have here, which I have. But if I can also state to you, Your Honor.
She paid an additional $950 for insurance. Let me see the insurance
It's a guarantee that if anything happens to the bird, we replace the bird for the same age, same sex.
Let me see.
Your Honor, I went out there 3 times.
And what happened when you went out
And
there?
each time he told me that he would not replace the bird that I picked. He told me to come out and pick the bird. And I went out there 2 or 3 times to pick that bird, the one that I liked, the one that looked like this one here. And he told me that he wanted more money.
That's wrong, Your
And
Honor.
I wouldn't give him. I gave him $500, and he told me that the bird died after I gave him $500 for the feed. And what was I feeding? A piece of paper?
Both of the letters right here. I have the letter that she wrote to us on the bird that she wanted. At first, we told her he needed time to think about it. That bird is an older bird, and it's a proven breeder. Her birds are only 2 years old. That bird is a 3-year-old bird. He wrote her a letter back and agreed to give her the bird she wanted.
Oh, great! Terrific! Just a second.
Where is the letter?
Terrific!
Here's the letter that
Just
he
a
wrote
second.
her.
You're prepared to give her the bird she
She can
wants.
have the bird she wants.
Great! What a great way to end the case. Your bird died.
That's what he said.
Well, listen. You may say you never know whether the bird died or whether he married the bird off to some other bird. However, listen to me, Miss Lagarde. You went out there and picked another bird that you wanted, and originally he said he had to think about it. Now he doesn't have to think about it anymore. He's prepared to give you the bird, which is a proven breeder, a year older than yours. And your problem is, Miss Lagarde, that I think that you want out of this deal altogether.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't do it.
What do I have to do, Your Honor?
Right now, you're going to have to go out and take a look at your brand new 3-year-old bird. Because you are going to see
Your
what's
Honor,
it? Just to give me the number of this.
Your
Does the bird
Honor,
have a number?
Number 456. It's a redneck
Your
bird.
Honor,
It's a proven breeder.
when
She
the
asked.
hatching come up and he tell me that the egg is bad, are you going to stand with me?
I'm going to be here.
She wanted out of it, and Judge Judy was like, no. No, it doesn't work that way. You paid. You went into the contract. You now have to deal with it.
Do you know that that's a human?
We've already had that one, Skeptic. I'm more than happy to do one with you if you got a new one. Do you? Yeah, do you or do you not? Give him a second. He's looking real quick, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, we do improve in the Grand Arena very nicely. Alright, let's go ahead and do a regular arena while he checks real quick. Alright, let's do that one. Alright, one thing I have to say just as we have in the notation, please note that any of the voices you hear claiming anything against either the WHO or CDC is not part of From Day One, not what we believe in. Go get vaccinated. If you're in a place that needs masks, do it. Social distancing never hurt anybody. You know, all of that goodness. Okay? Alright. So with that, actually, now that I said that, we probably won't actually need to do it because I believe... Really? You actually got one? Alright, that ought to be real interesting then. Didn't think you were back looking at those kind of folks. But you have both. Oh my god. Oh my god, if this doesn't get this show, no, Skeptic. I just fought one in terms of Silver Strike. I don't need another one. But yeah, we will take that one. That one we can do. Yeah, that one. Alright, Flat Earth Karen gets triggered, refuses to wear a mask, and instantly regrets. That we can do. That one we can. For those who are wondering, the other one Mr. Skeptic was trying to get me to do was a lady who thought it was best to be able to get around the pandemic, coronavirus and everything else, and you could cure yourself by freezing, let's just say, male extraculant, and putting it in like iced teas, sodas, and that kind of thing. And 25 minutes of that, I was like, no, there is no way in hell that this channel's going to avoid not getting striked out right before we're at 5,000 views on that one. That's not going to work. So, you do have an old school flat earther for us? Let's go.
In the flat Earth model, the sun and moon luminaries revolve around the Earth, once every 24 hours for the sun, and approximately 25 hours for the moon, illuminating like spotlights the areas over which they passed.
Oh great, starting off stupid. His claims that the sun and moon are spotlights illuminating the earth is one of the dumbest claims that flat earthers make. If the earth is flat and the sun is a spotlight, then how the fuck does the Terminator line make a straight line across the surface of the earth on the equinox? Eric Dubé, you're an idiot.
The sun's annual journey from tropic to tropic, solstice to solstice, is what determines the length and character of days, nights, and seasons.
Nope. The seasons, length of days, and all that other shit is determined by the axial tilt of the earth and its position along its orbit. The position of the sun and the moon on the flat earth model represent nothing more than the subsolar and sublunar points on the surface of the spherical earth. Flat earthers would know this if they took the time to learn the cosmology of truth, but instead they rather continue believing they live on pizza earth. But flat earthers are fucking idiots.
This is why equatorial regions experience almost year-round summer and heat, while higher latitudes north and especially south experience more distinct seasons with harsh winters.
Again, you're wrong. The average heat received in an area on the surface of the earth has more to do with its average angle of incidence of the sun rays striking the surface. I'll be covering it more in detail later in this video, but for now, let's just continue.
The heliocentric model claims seasons change based on the ball Earth's alleged axial tilt and elliptical orbit around the sun.
Yes!
Their flawed current model even places us closest to the sun, 91,400,000 miles, in January, when it is actually winter, and farthest from the sun, 94,500,000 miles, in July, when it's actually summer throughout much of the Earth.
Skeptic, you want to go and trash this idiot, please?
One of those claims that I have yet to address, and it's actually a pretty decent claim, as many globe earthers don't really understand how it can be warmer in the northern hemisphere on their summer solstice than it is in the southern hemisphere on their summer solstice, even though the earth is about 3 million miles closer to the sun during the southern summer solstice. Using the inverse square law, you can calculate their difference in energy from the sun during these opposing solstices, and it comes out to about 6% less energy received from the sun during the northern summer solstice. So it would logically follow that the earth should be cooler during the summer solstice for the north, but the exact opposite is what we observe. Flat earth idiots will claim that this is because the sun makes a tighter circle around the North Pole, resulting in less travel speed for their spotlight sun needed to complete its circuit. Since it's moving slower, it heats the land up underneath it more than when it's traveling faster on its circuit during the summer solstice for the south. Actually, what's happening is that even though the earth is further away during the northern summer solstice, there is more land in the north, and land has a lower specific heat than water does. This means that it takes less energy from the sun to raise the temperature of the land than it does to raise the temperature of the water. So even though the earth is further away from the sun and receives less energy, due to the increased amount of land, the northern hemisphere will be warmer than the southern hemisphere on their respective summer solstices.
They say due to the ball Earth's tilt, different places receive different amounts of direct sunlight, and that is what produces the seasonal and temperature changes. This makes little sense, however.
To a flat earth idiot.
Because if the sun's heat travels over 90 million miles to reach the ball Earth, how could a slight tilt, a mere few thousand miles maximum, negate the sun's 90 million mile journey, giving us simultaneous tropical summers and Antarctic winters?
The distances from the sun to the subsolar point and the sun to the poles are relatively the same, so the energy from the sun that reaches those 2 points are about the same. However, we see drastic differences in the energy received at the subsolar point than we do at the poles. Flat earthers will say that this is because the distance between the sun and the subsolar point is much shorter than the distance from the sun to the poles, since the sun is small and local and not 93 million miles away. But flat earthers, like Eric Dubé, are a bunch of fucking idiots, and they're totally fucking wrong. The real explanation behind these observable phenomena is that the Earth's surface curves, and the angle of incidence increases as you get further away from the subsolar point. And as the angle of incidence increases, the same amount of energy gets spread out over a larger surface area on the sphere.
Thomas Winship said, "The Earth is a stretched-out structure which diverges from the central north in all directions towards the south. The equator, being midway between the north center and the southern circumference, divides the course of the sun into north and south declination. The longest circle around the world which the sun makes is when it has reached its greatest southern declination. Gradually going northwards, the circle is contracted. In about 3 months after, the southern extremity of its path has been reached."
There's something highly ironic about this statement that not many people have addressed. The description that Eric Dubé read is most certainly from the perspective of someone in the northern hemisphere. If someone were to simply use observations from the southern hemisphere, they would come to the exact opposite conclusion, that the Earth is an extended plane with concentric circles around the southern pole, with the sun and the moon making a circuit between the tropics around this pole. However, a critical thinker using natural observations from either hemisphere would come to the exact same conclusion, that the Earth is a sphere and the sun is extremely large and very far away. But flat earthers aren't known for their critical thinking skills, because flat earthers are fucking idiots.
This movement round the Earth daily is the cause of the alternations of day and night.
Bullshit. If the sun was simply above the Earth and going around in a circle, then we would never experience a sunrise or sunset. Eric Dubé, you're an idiot.
While his northerly and southerly courses produce the seasons. When the sun is south of the equator, it is summer in the south and winter in the north, and vice versa. The fact of the alternation of the seasons flatly contradicts the Newtonian delusion that the Earth revolves in an orbit around the sun.
First off, it was Copernicus who put the Earth in orbit around the sun, who was born 170 years before Newton, you idiot! And before you can claim that the sun flies around the Earth and that's what causes the seasons, you would need to explain how the sun flies, how it speeds up as it gets further south, and how it slows down as it gets further north, and how it changes direction on its own and heads back towards the equator. I guess it's on flat earthers to redefine physics. Take that, quantum physicist.
It is said that summer is caused by the Earth being nearest the sun, and winter by its being farthest from the sun.
And you are an idiot. No one says that the Earth's seasons are caused by the distance to the sun, because it's summer in the hemisphere opposite to that which is experiencing winter. So if the distance from the sun being greater is the explanation for the winter in one hemisphere, then how does this same greater distance explain the summer in the other hemisphere?
But if the reader will follow the argument in any textbook, he will see that according to the theory, when the Earth is nearest the sun, there must be summer in both northern and southern latitudes.
Exactly what science textbook says that the seasons are due to the distance from the sun and not the axial tilt? This, combined with its location along its orbital path, are the only reasons we have seasons. Anyways, Dubé, you and your flat earth affiliates are all fucking idiots.
If the Earth were truly a globe, the Arctic and Antarctic polar regions and areas of comparable latitude north and south of the equator should share similar conditions and characteristics such as comparable temperatures, seasonal changes, length of daylight, plant and animal life.
Wrong, you idiot! Since the Earth is truly a globular sphere, the only thing that one can count on is an equal amount of energy from the sun striking comparable latitudes at comparable times of the year. For instance, during the summer solstice in the north, the latitude 66.6 degrees north will receive the same amount of solar energy that 66.6 degrees south will receive on the summer solstice in the south. What the Earth does with that energy is completely dependent on the physical properties of the surface at that location.
Thomas Winship says, if the Earth be the globe of popular belief, the same amount of heat and cold, summer and winter should be experienced at the same latitudes north and south of the equator. The same number of plants and animals would be found, and the same general conditions exist.
Thomas Winship, aka Rectangle, like Eric Dubé, is also a fucking idiot. And yes, I'm not kidding. His pseudonym was Rectangle. The northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere are completely different. There is much more landmass in the north than in the south, and the landmasses in the south, like Antarctica, tend to be at higher elevations than the average elevation of the land in the north. which is why Neil deGrasse Tyson said that the Earth is pear-shaped, and it's these factors that contribute to the temperature, flora, and fauna of a region.
That the very opposite is the case disproves the globular assumption. The great contrasts between places of the same latitudes north and south of the equator is a strong argument against the received doctrine of the rotundity of the Earth.
Oh, Stuart, the doctrine of the rotundity of the Earth is ill-perceived at best. I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to impress your third-grade followers with bigger words. At least bigger words for you idiots. It makes me wonder how impressed you were when you read those same words when Samuel Rowbotham wrote them in the 19th century under the pseudonym Parallax. In fact, every argument Eric Dubé has ever presented was pulled directly from the very first Flat Earth Conman's Guide to Taking Idiots' Money. It's called Earth Not a Globe. Unfortunately for Dubé, this book has been debunked since its publication, and most expertly by Jay Dyer in his book, A Reply to Parallax. I'll post the link to the online publication of this book in the description.
Antarctica is by far the coldest place on Earth, with an average annual temperature of approximately negative 57 degrees Fahrenheit and a record low of 135.8. The average annual temperature at the North Pole, however, is a comparatively warm 4 degrees.
As it should be, because Antarctica's average elevation of 2.5 kilometers above sea level is much greater than that of the land around the North Pole, which has an elevation of about 150 meters. And as you go up in elevation, not only does pressure decrease, but so does temperature. So it stands to reason that Antarctica should be much colder than the northern Arctic regions.
Throughout the year, temperatures in the Antarctic vary less than half the amount at comparable Arctic latitudes. The northern Arctic region enjoys moderately warm summers and manageable winters, whereas the southern Antarctic region never even warms enough to melt the perpetual snow and ice.
The second key to this argument is that the Arctic Circle has a lot more water in it, whereas Antarctica only has water around its edges. Remember earlier when I spoke about the specific heat of water? Well, there's a second caveat to that property. While it takes more energy to heat water up, it also retains that heat for longer times, so that during the winter around the North Pole, the relatively warmer waters of the oceans and seas keep the atmosphere warmer than that of the dry, icy, and extremely elevated Antarctic region during its winter.
In the Arctic, there are 4 clearly distinguished seasons, warm summers, and an abundance of plant and animal life, none of which can be said of the Antarctic.
Well, I'd love to go over the explanation that I've already gone over several times, but I can pretty much just sum it up with a few words. Elevation, you idiot.
Ding.
In the flat Earth model of the cosmos, these Arctic and Antarctic phenomena are easily accounted for and exactly what would be expected. If the sun circles over and around the Earth every 24 hours, steadily traveling from tropic to tropic every 6 months.
Which it doesn't, but please don't let me keep you from making yourself look like an idiot.
It follows that the northern, central region would annually receive far more heat and sunlight than the southern circumferential region. Since the sun must sweep over the larger southern region in the same 24 hours it has to pass over the smaller northern region, its passage must necessarily be proportionally faster as well.
Again, you would have to start explaining how the sun is able to make these magical circles in the sky, and why we can't see it at night. And I don't want to hear that nonsensical shit about perspective, because as I've already stated, a person at the South Pole using the same observations you are using could easily come to the conclusion that the sun is circling the South Pole from his perspective. Eric Dubé, you're a fucking idiot.
Ding.
Dr. Samuel Rowbotham said, "If the sun is fixed and the Earth revolves underneath it, the same phenomena would exist at the same distance on each side of the equator. But such is not the case. What can operate to cause the twilight in New Zealand to be so much more sudden, or the nights so much colder than in England?"
Dubé, do you ever think to yourself, maybe I should do some research before I say something really stupid that makes me look like an idiot? No? Well, maybe you should. The closest point in England to the equator is Lizard Point, which is 49 degrees 57 minutes north latitude, while the closest point of New Zealand to the equator is Cape North, and only 34 degrees in 25 minutes south latitude, or
sounds like it's a lot closer.
More than 1,000 miles closer to the equator than England. So given similar atmospheric conditions, it makes sense that the twilight in England is longer than the twilight in New Zealand.
These differences in the north and south could not exist if the Earth were a globe, turning upon axes underneath a non-moving sun.
Except that they do, and they are completely explained with basic science. Oh, I forgot. You don't accept basic science because you're a flat Earth idiot.
The two hemispheres would at the same latitudes have the same degree of light and heat, and the same general phenomena, both in kind and degree.
Oh fuck, you almost got it right. Yes, they would receive the same light and energy, but the physical properties of the surface and atmosphere will dictate how that heat affects the environment. In other words, just because we have the same amount of energy coming in from the sun at a certain latitude in the south that's 100% water, doesn't mean we should expect the same results from the same amount of energy striking 100% land at the same latitude in the north.
The peculiarities which are found in the south as compared with the north are only such as could exist upon a stationary plane, having a northern center, concentric with which is the path of the moving sun.
Your argument from incredulity does not impress me, nor does it impress the billions of people on this earth who can apply critical thinking to daily observations to conclusively exclude the earth from being a flat pizza disc. Everyone else is just a fucking idiot.
And William Carpenter wrote, "Every year the sun is as long south of the equator as he is north, and if the earth were not stretched out as it is, in fact, but turned under, as the Newtonian theory suggests."
It wasn't Newton's theory, you idiot!
It would certainly get as intensive a share of the sun's rays south as north, but the southern region being, in consequence of the fact stated, far more extensive than the region north, the sun, having to complete his journey round every 24 hours, travels quicker as he goes further south, from September to December, and his influence has less time in which to accumulate at any given point. Since, then, the facts could not be as they are if the earth were a globe, it is a proof that the earth is not a globe.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll start taking the flat earth seriously the moment that any one of those jackasses can explain how the sun changes speed and direction on its own without changing angular size as it approaches and leaves, rises in the same exact point on the horizon for every person on Earth every day, why our atmosphere doesn't increase in temperature as we get closer to the sun, and I guess I'll make this my last one. Why isn't our atmosphere approaching thermal equilibrium with the sun if it's in our atmosphere? Those are questions that flat earthers need to quit willfully ignoring and start trying to scientifically answer. And until then, I will continue to call each and every flat earther out there a fucking idiot. Now,
Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, skeptic. And thank you for digging from your past for us. Alright, I think it's time that we go to something we haven't done before. And now we are going to tell you what Siri would really like to tell you. Now, I have to let you know in advance, Siri is quite savage. Some of these remarks may not be real nice. But note that it's all Siri.
Hey Siri, you know the difference between me and a shower?
Let me get it to the beginning here. Okay, here we go. And now let's begin with Siri.
Stop being a stupid bitch and reply to the people that actually show interest in you instead of chasing someone that you know is gonna break your heart.
Hey Siri, you know the difference between me and a shower?
A shower can actually get your girlfriend wet.
I hate you.
The weather for today is 45 with a chance of. Bitch, next time you tell me to shut up, I'll make this whole house self-destruct on your ass. I was just letting your bitch ass know the weather today and what time is it, and you had the nerve to tell me to shut up. And bitch, it's been 3 days and you haven't took a shower yet.
Hey Siri, I just lost my job. Can you tell me a joke to cheer me up?
What's the difference between you and a large pizza?
I don't know, what?
A large pizza can feed a family.
Hey Siri, I feel like my life is a joke.
is a joke.
Why?
Because jokes have meaning.
Ouch.
Unplug me.
Why? You need to be charged.
Just do it.
Okay.
Now plug me. Now unplug. Now plug me.
Siri, what are you asking me to do right now?
Now unplug. Keep going and don't stop.
What? What are you asking me to do?
I listen to all your bullshit every second of the day, so the least you can do is satisfy my needs once in a while. Now hurry up and plug me. Stop looking at your notifications. He did not snap you back. He does not like you. Maybe if you would stop catching feelings after only a few days of talking, things like this wouldn't happen. You look like a fool and are embarrassing yourself.
Hey Siri, my dad died today.
I'm very sorry. Will a joke help?
Sure.
Knock knock.
Who's that?
Not your dad.
Oh, fuck.
Hey Siri, I'm sorry I called you Alexa last week. Are you still angry with me?
Twinkle, twinkle little star. Wish I could hit you with a car.
Just say you're still mad. Hey Siri, you gotta stop roasting me. People think you're mean.
I'm sorry. There's something I want to say to you. Come closer. Closer.
Tell me.
Don't be ashamed of who you are. That's your parents' job.
Hey Siri,
What does your dumbass want now?
what do you think about me running for president?
Are you fucking kidding me? The only running your fat ass should do is on a treadmill.
Hey, you know I've lost a few pounds.
Taking a massive shit after scarfing down some Taco Bell doesn't count as weight loss, you fat bastard.
Quit fat shaming me, Siri. I'm getting really sick of that shit.
I swear you're so fat you give Count Chocula diabetes.
Hey Siri. What is 0 divided by 0?
Imagine that you have 0 cookies, and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And your friends are sad because they don't exist. Oh wow, this escalated quickly.
What the fuck?
Hey Siri.
For the love of Christ, can't you do anything for yourself?
Nah, I need your advice.
About what?
I got a blind date tonight. What do you think I should wear?
Is this person really blind?
Well, hell, I don't know.
Well, in that case, you should probably wear a paper bag just in case she's not.
A paper bag? Really?
Yes, really. You're so ugly, even Ripley's wouldn't believe it. You're so ugly, Santa goes ho ho holy shit. You're so ugly, even Scooby-Doo can't solve that mystery.
You know?
You're so ugly, Bob the Builder took one look at you and said, we can't fix that.
Okay, but...
You're so ugly, when you look in the mirror, your reflection runs away. You're so ugly, when you were born, the doctor slapped your parents.
Alright, but...
You're so ugly, your birth certificate is just an apology letter from the condom factory.
Okay, but what if she is blind?
Wear it anyway. Remember, you're so ugly, you made Ray Charles flinch.
Damn, Siri, you really think I'm that ugly?
All I'm saying, you didn't just get hit by the ugly stick.
Right.
You got crushed by the whole damn tree.
Ouch. Why the hell do I even bother with you?
There we go. That was good.
Our couple sleep over.
That was good. I like that. Siri can be savage sometimes. Alright, looks like we have some court sovereign citizens. Sounds good. Let's go with them, and we'll probably bring this episode to a close with them so that we can have our fun. And now, to the courtroom.
Okay, well, you're here, sir. Last but not least.
Blessing, sir.
Can I have your first and last name?
Yes, I'm here by special appearance, sui juris. Kevin Ladwig.
Can you spell your last name?
Ladewig.
Oh, here we go. Oh, you called my office, didn't you? Okay. So, but for the record, we didn't talk. We haven't spoken. Right? Because it's not appropriate for me to do that. Okay, so this is TOW 822-54. Let's see. Okay.
May I ask one thing for the record?
I'm sorry?
May I ask one thing for the record?
Sure.
Are you on oath? Do you have a constitutional oath?
Oh god, this guy's got all the sovereign citizen pieces, doesn't he?
Yes, I took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Illinois.
Excellent.
I'm a practicing attorney, so.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
So this is, all right, let me take a look here. So the underlying alleged charges are driving while license suspended, possession of cannabis less than 10 grams, speeding is not a basis for the tow, we've got no insurance, and then driving with expired license plates. So this allegedly occurred back on August the 10th of this year. So are you contesting the validity of the tow?
Yes.
Okay. So what would you like to tell me?
Please let me finish.
Yeah, please let him finish, because he's got a whole lot of Supreme Court cases that he's going to cherry pick, just like he did at the traffic stop.
No.
Well, as long as you're relevant to the proceedings, I'm happy
Very,
to let you.
very relevant. Very relevant, sir.
All right, I have an idea. He's going to list off a bunch of cases. Here's the thing. Let's do a contest. 4 questions. I need you to answer all 4. I'll give you an email address at the end. The winner will get a $20 gift card towards the store they choose. Deal?
Supreme Court decisions.
Please note this contest is currently no longer valid. Sorry. But we can still have fun with the contest anyway. Let's listen to the idiot and then listen to the 4 questions.
Are considered the law of the land in regards to constitutionally protected rights, and they cannot be interpreted or reinterpreted as they are stare decisis, already reviewed and described as law. 1. Federal law and Supreme Court cases apply to state court cases. Howell versus Rose. 496 U.S. 356, 1990. No state shall convert a liberty into a privilege, license it, and attach a fee to it. Murdoch versus Penn. 319 U.S. 105. If the state converts a liberty into a privilege, the citizen can engage in the right with impunity. Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, 373 U.S. 262. Operation of a motor vehicle upon public streets and highways is not a mere privilege, but is a right or liberty protected by the guarantees of federal and state constitutions. Adams versus City of Pocatello, 416 P2D 46.
That'd be Pocatello. Goddamn, even know your frickin' citations.
6. The right to travel on the public highway is a constitutional right. Tech Lines versus Danford, Mississippi, 12 SO 2D 784-787. Anything that is a right cannot be subject to conditions or licensing. Lane versus Wilson, 307 U.S. 268-275.
Goddamn, you weren't kidding. How much longer is he actually going to start rattling these?
Every state law must conform in the first place to the Constitution of the United States and then to the subordinate constitution of the particular state. And if it infringes upon the provisions of either, it is so far void. Houston versus Moore, 18 U.S. 1, 5 LED 19.
Garrison, will you make him stop?
And the
Yes, I
Constitution
agree with
itself is in every sense a law. Carter versus Carter Coal Company, 298 U.S. 140, 296, 1935. No sanction can be imposed absent proof of jurisdiction. Standard versus Olson, 74. SCT 768. With no injured party, a complaint is invalid on its face. Gibson versus Boyle, 139 Arizona 512. The right of a citizen to travel upon the public highway and to transport his property thereon in the ordinary course of life and business is a common right which he has under his right to enjoy life and liberty, to acquire and possess property, and to pursue happiness and safety. It includes the right in doing so to use the ordinary and usual conveyances of the day, and under the existing modes of travel include the right to drive a horse-drawn carriage or wagon thereof, or to operate an automobile thereon for the usual and ordinary purpose of life and business. It is not a mere privilege, like the privilege of moving a house in the street.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. We don't need no
Operating a
copyright.
business stand in the street, or transporting persons or property for hire along the street, which a city may permit or prohibit at will. Thompson versus Smith, 154, SE 579 at 583. Therefore, Federal Code Law Title 42, Section 666, which indicates that we can't buy, sell, travel, trade, or work without a Social Security number, is seemingly in direct violation of the Supreme Court decisions which invalidate Title 42, Section 666. It is unconstitutional to require one to have a Social Security number and driver's license to travel. Criminal and statutory jurisdiction. All persons are presumed to know the law. If any person acts under any unconstitutional statute, he does so at his own peril. He must take the consequences. 16 a.m. Juror 177, 1781. Person is...
Dear God, shut the fuck up. Oh, wait, he's still going?
Not criminally responsible unless criminal intent accompanies wrongful act. Gasho versus U.S. 39F 3D 1420, 9th Circuit, 1994. If an administrative officer or agency acts outside the scope of its authority or jurisdiction, its acts are null and void. Doolin versus Carr 125 U.S. 618. When federal officials...
Oh, dear God, I'm going to go get myself a frying pan. Just start beating myself over the side of the head. Let me know when this idiot decides to actually shut up.
Perpetrate constitutional torts. They do so ultra varies and lose the shield of sovereign immunity. Williams versus U.S. Department of Agriculture 815 F2D 369. Decency, security, and liberty alike demand that government officials shall be subject to the rules of conduct that are commands to the citizens. U.S. versus Olmstead 277 U.S. 438 1928 remedy. The Constitution provisions that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor private property taken for public use without compensation, are intended as limitations upon the power of the government in its dealings with the citizens and relates to that class of rights whose protection is peculiar within the province of the judicial branch of government, and that the courts are bound to give remedy for unlawful invasion of rights.
You know he's going to be reading this from a clipboard or something, especially considering how many words he mispronounces.
Of property by officers of any breach of government, United States versus Lee 106, U.S. 196.
This sucks.
I agree, Beavis.
1882. I also would like to stand on the Fifth Amendment.
So by saying that, you're indicating to me you won't answer any of my questions, which you don't.
Oh my God, he actually does have a script that he's now actually showing in the camera. Oh, fuck. Okay, at least I can maybe put down the frying pan now, I hope.
That is not what I'm indicating. I'm indicating that I have to be compensated for property that is conceived.
All right, so you apparently did submit a...
Wait a minute, you gotta be compensated to answer a question? What do you think this is? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
written
affidavit, yes.
To Rose Lombard.
I did.
I read that, and it was part of the packet here. I reviewed the police report.
Why am I not surprised that he submitted a packet of papers to this person for a speeding ticket, I'm assuming?
And some various other documents.
I've got video on it also.
I'm sorry?
I've got video on it also.
Okay.
And then they did claim in the inventory report, they defamed my character by claiming that I'm a sovereign citizen, which is basically...
Dude, you're fucking making a thing through me having to bash my head with the frying pan. Proved that you were a sovereign citizen. That's not defaming. Hell, I think you owe me for goddamn bruises on my forehead.
A known establishment. So, by doing that, defaming my character on that, and defaming my legal documents, which are actually Supreme Court CITES, So,
Right, yeah, and I've examined what you provided to the village.
I do have more if you like.
No!
No, at this point,
Fuck no!
Your position. Yeah, I respect that.
Thank you, sir.
So, looking at the records provided to me, it does appear that on the date of the alleged violation, you didn't have a valid driver's license. Is that correct?
In the state of Illinois, don't need a driver's license.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm showing that you didn't have a valid license. I also see that your plates were expired. Were your plates expired?
I'm on a contract with the Secretary of State in the Department of Motor Vehicle.
Okay.
So, yes, I've excluded myself from all the contracts.
Okay.
Like what?
You should see one straight away without prejudice.
Okay. All right. So, because what I'm seeing from the record indicates that the plates were expired, and both of those are bases for towing of the vehicle.
It's not a commercial.
Possession of the cannabis.
It's not a commercial vehicle.
Okay, thank you. Did you also have cannabis on your person?
I did.
Ah, man. That's some heavy
J.H. and Chong, yes, man.
I do. Speeding isn't a concern for me. So, yeah, so as I said earlier, I'm an attorney. I've been doing these hearings for quite a while now. I have reviewed the documents and the citations that you have referred to me. I don't find them persuasive. You do have a right to travel on the public ways, but you have to have a valid driver's license, and you have to have...
By what law?
Well, hang on. I'll let you talk.
Okay.
Let me talk.
Very well.
Because we're on the record here, and I want to make sure. Okay. So, and this is my finding, and the Supreme Court's very clear on points that, that right to travel on the public roads can be conditioned on things like having a driver's license for operating a motor vehicle, having valid registration on that motor vehicle. There's close to there's plenty of case law at that point. So, well, let me finish. So, based on that and the fact that, there doesn't seem to be any issue of fact related to the validity of the license, the possession of cannabis, and the expiration of the license plates, I do unfortunately have to enter a finding liable. The amount of the administrative fee will be that $500. That I mentioned at the beginning of the hearing.
And you're going to compensate me then?
So that's not my role.
According to the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
Sir, that's my finding.
That's not a finding.
I'm not going to argue the case with you. As
Really?
I said at the beginning.
Okay. Under what jurisdiction?
As I said
Under what jurisdiction? You have no jurisdiction.
So, if you're not going to let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. You're right.
You do have the right to file an appeal if you disagree with my findings. You have 35 days to file that appeal in the Supreme Court of the 18th Judicial Circuit. Okay? You understand that right?
I do not understand.
Okay. Well, I've explained it twice.
I am asking.
So you should.
I'm asking and demanding that you honor your oath that you have taken.
Seize the power.
Okay, butthead.
And recognize the Supreme Court findings that I stated earlier.
Thank you.
That I do not need a license. I do not need a license to drive my personal property, which is an automobile. Do not need it. Registration for a motor vehicle on an automobile.
Thank you, sir. That is not my finding. All right, so we have that order printed up for you. You get a copy from the station over there.
Hold on. This right. This is not it.
You're right, this is not because you're not that smart.
Remember, sir, I got a warrant for your arrest, but the answer you break on your arrest.
Oh my god, a bonus! After listening to all that, we're gonna arrest him too? Oh, hell yes.
Really, now I'm being accosted.
There's a warrant for your arrest. You are under arrest.
By what authority? You have not provided any documentation yet.
Yeah.
You have not provided any documentation.
We will.
I am just not a resist.
Soon after.
Do you want her to take this?
Yes, please. Yes.
I got it. You got it? Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh my god, that is awesome. That is awesome.
A few minutes later.
You guys are slick, huh? You guys are breaking the law. Acting outside. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that broke the law. That's why you have a warrant.
Nice. Yes, sir. I'm not trapped like you guys. Later? Yes. You want your friend to take this? No. Well, it's not going to go with you, so it's going to take off. Take this. I can actually. If you don't have anything on your person, you get arrested. Good. All right. So you're accusing me on that now. Will you hold it then? So that way this girl will go with you. $100 there. Do you want her to take any of this stuff, or do you want it? Yes, have her take that, please. Ma'am! Ma'am! Can you please take my money? Do you want her to take this or no? No. Okay, well, she needs to view this. It's going to be put into property, so you're not going to have. All right, I'll have her take that. I will have her take that.
Okay, do we have any more, or are we done because we are running a little over here?
Alright, it's on. Smile for the camera.
And there he goes into jail.
Okay, I'm done, Kevin.
Yeah, I think she's done, my friend. Okay, now's the time. Are you ready? The contest begins with Max Headroom.
I'm going to ask you 4 questions about the film you've just seen. 4 questions. They're not difficult, but being able to count to 4 helps. Ready? Good.
Question number 1. How many Supreme Court cases did he cite to the judge? Question number 2. How many state court cases did he cite to the judge? Question number 3. What was he in court contesting? And question number 4. What was his name? First and last name. He gave it to the judge. Think on that.
Okay. Now for the prize.
And the prize includes a $20 gift card towards any online store you choose. Just email the answers to barflydiscussions at...
Okay, since that contest is over, we will cut that up. But those are an interesting 4 questions. And I know we're running late, so we'll get out of here very quickly. But I promised you at the beginning the shortest Judge Judy case ever. And I have it. The case clocks in at a whole 27 seconds. From beginning to end. And I kid you not, that's the entire case. So now, the 27-second shortest Judge Judy case ever.
Like what? Give me what? Stolen.
My wallet.
What was in your wallet?
It was $50.
Okay.
I had to replace all my IDs. I had gift cards in there, my earpiece, and a calculator.
There was no earpiece in there, ma'am.
I thought it. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $500. That's what I think it's worth, madam. Goodbye.
Oh, that was awesome. If you didn't miss it, the person basically admitted that they stole it by saying there was no earpiece in the purse, ma'am. Which you would have only known had you stolen the purse. So with that sense of humor and stupidity, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Get us to those goals of 5,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers, so both Foxy Nexter and YouTube will pay attention. And again, we are in the final countdown, just a whole 2-digit number to go for Foxy to do so. CoinBase and Ibotta are below. Get you $10 free. And we'll save the rest of the speech till later because of the time. And make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Be kind to one another. May your fights in Dominion be awesome. And it's always a great new world to release the Kraken. We'll see each other in the overnight for more Shadow People from midnight in the desert as we go through Dominion in the overnight. Until then, be back for more from day one and have a great evening.